A little girl refuses to touch the floor, not because she's scared of the dark, but because she knows something is waiting underneath. And the worst part, it doesn't just hide, it hunts. Her name is Aurora, and she lives by rules no one else understands. At night, the floor is dangerous. You don't step on it. You don't look under the bed. And you definitely don't ignore the sounds coming from below. To everyone else, it sounds like a child's imagination. But Aurora isn't imagining anything. Because one night, she hears it again, a quiet movement, something dragging, shifting, breathing. She panics and calls for her parents, trying to warn them. But like most adults, they don't listen. They check the room, see nothing, and walk away. And that's the moment everything changes. Because Aurora knows something they don't. The danger doesn't show itself when people are looking, it waits. So instead of sleeping, she escapes, climbing out onto the balcony. She watches the night from a safe distance. And that's when she notices him, a quiet man from another apartment. He moves differently, carefully, like someone who's used to danger. Aurora doesn't understand why, but she can't stop watching him. The next day, curiosity takes over. She follows him. At first, it feels harmless, just a kid chasing a mystery. But that feeling doesn't last long. Because one night, she sees something she was never supposed to see. In a dark alley, the quiet neighbor changes. He moves fast, precise, deadly. One by one, men fall around him. To Aurora, it looks like he's fighting something unreal, something monstrous. But the truth is even worse. He's not fighting monsters. He is one. And in Aurora's mind, that makes him perfect. Because if anyone can deal with what's under her bed, it's him. But while she's chasing answers, something far more terrifying is happening at home. That same night, the sounds return, louder this time, closer. Aurora hides under her blanket, frozen in fear, and then, the floor opens. What comes out isn't human. It doesn't hesitate, it doesn't think, it just moves. Aurora stays hidden, but she hears everything, the footsteps, the screams, the silence that follows. The next morning, her parents are gone, no explanation, no bodies, just a destroyed apartment, and an empty home. And just like that, Aurora is alone. Most kids would break. But Aurora does something else, something no one expects. She makes a plan, she steals money, writes a letter, and hires a killer. When the man reads her message, he almost laughs. A child asking him to kill a monster, it sounds ridiculous, until he meets her, until he sees the fear in her eyes, until he steps into that apartment. At first, he doesn't believe it, he thinks it's something else, enemies, assassins, a mistake, and for a moment, he's right, because danger does come, not from below, but from the door. Killers start breaking in, armed, prepared, ready to finish the job. But this is where things go wrong, because they're not the only threat inside. The moment the violence begins, the floor moves again. And what happens next, no one is ready for. Gunshots fill the air, men scream, and then, they disappear, one by one, dragged into something they can't fight, something they don't understand. Bullets don't work. Strength doesn't matter, because this isn't something you can kill. And now, even the man who never believed in monsters, is forced to face one. The truth hits him all at once. Aurora wasn't lying, the monster is real, and somehow, it's connected to her. The chaos only gets worse, more enemies arrive, the apartment turns into a battlefield. But none of that matters anymore, because the real danger is underneath them. At one point, even he gets caught, pulled into the creature's grip, and for a moment, it feels like it's over. Aurora is alone again, just like before. But then, something unexpected happens. The monster lets him go, not because it failed, but because it chose to. And that's when everything finally makes sense. This isn't just a creature, it's something tied to Aurora, her fear, her pain, everything she's been through. So instead of running, she does the one thing no one expects. She stands still. For the first time, she stops being afraid, and she tells it to stop, and somehow, it listens. The chaos ends, the silence returns, and just like that, it's over. Aurora and the man leave the city together, two broken people, trying to move on. It finally feels like they escaped, like they survived. But in the distance, something is still there, watching, waiting, because some fears don't disappear, they follow you.